Welcome back to another edition of Metaverse in the News, sponsored by Get Real. I'm Ed Haravon, co-founder of Get Real, along with my partner Rob Merrilees, to talk about some of the headlines that are affecting the business of the metaverse. Rob, I want to talk interesting headline last week. The FTC, of all people, are suing Meta and blocking their proposed acquisition of Within. Within, obviously, the studio created by really early VR and video production evangelist Chris Milk, founder of the Within studio and the producer of one of the most popular games on the Meta Quest, Supernatural. Don't see the government wading too much into the metaverse, but another sign that the metaverse has arrived, Rob, if the government's getting involved here. I found it interesting that in a world where we're quickly going down to 3 major airlines, and deals haven't been blocked as the consumer's been getting consolidated out of countless numbers of industries. They chose this one to stop and block as a way of sending a signal to the market. Curious what you think that signal was and what the meaning of this is, Rob.
It's confusing, I think. I was surprised when I saw the story about the FTC seeking to block this acquisition. I think that in the prospect that it's no secret that Meta is trying to have a dominant position. They've been a pioneer, and since their purchase of Oculus and what would become was the Rift headset and the Quest headset and so forth. The idea that dominance or monopolistic power within the virtual reality immersive tech space hinges on whether a fitness app, which is really what Within has, as you point out, Supernatural app, that seems wrong-headed to me, and like we are not at anywhere near a level of maturity in the marketplace where we could speak to there's going to be a dominant locked-in market player if this particular acquisition happens. I can't think, frankly, of any acquisition that could happen that would prompt me to think that we're at that stage. I mean, I don't think it's clear at all where who will end up being 10 years from now, 5 years from now, the dominant headset provider, let alone the notion of some sort of application having us reach the equivalent level, say, as Microsoft Office, when Microsoft was sued years ago as related to what was installed on desktops and laptops when they were delivered. How did you read all this?
I think it's crazy. To your point, Internet Explorer vis-a-vis Netscape, this is not. This is incredibly new technology. This consumer app store in the Quest didn't even exist 2 years ago. There has been very little. The revenue numbers are tiny relevant, and the size of the market is tiny relative to any other major industry in the United States, in the world, really. And the fact that they're coming in here to try to block this deal for reasons that I've yet to see published, other than your boilerplate protect the consumer, just seems hard to fathom for me. So I'll be watching this story going forward to see if there's any other insight as to why this deal caught the eyes of the regulators, and certainly one that I would like to see hope these companies, both Meta and Within, prevail on in their fight to be able to do this deal. So be interesting to watch in the days ahead. If any news comes on, I'm sure we'll be able to talk about this again.